Here is a Lithonia Lighting 50 watts metal halide wall pack outdoor light fixture. I've really become fond of this brand in recent times. I can't really speak for how long their products are going to hold up over the years, but to this day Lithonia Lighting still has a very wide, at least relatively speaking, variety of classic, if you will, style light fixtures. And so I've purchased a bunch of them recently, and out of the box they seem perfectly fine. This is a metal halide fixture, so it has a very clean, bright white colored light. Supposedly it saves $69 versus using an incandescent bulb. I mean, you really couldn't run up to 70. The light coverage is supposedly a 25 feet by 50 feet rectangle, because light bulbs shine rectangularly, and it operates from dusk to dawn off of a photocell. It includes the bulb. It's a 50 watts bulb which outputs 1740 lumens, and supposedly it costs $26.50 to run per year. And because the cost of electricity fluctuates, I really don't even know why they bother to put that number on there, because it's not going to be accurate. But then again, neither is the fact that it covers a 25 foot by 50 foot area. Okay, so there's just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo stuff that it says. You can pause the video and read that if you so desire to. And there's the diagram, which that appears to say 75 feet by 45 feet, but then this over here says, well, está en español, inglés está aquí. It says coverage is 25 by 50. So I'm not quite sure, is it 75 by 45 or 25 by 50? That just doesn't make any sense. Okay, on the other side of the box we have a diagram here. It's for wet locations, I would hope. And you can pause the video and read that if you so desire to. Okay. It supposedly saves $69 over the life. I don't know if that's the life of the bulb or the life of the fixture. 9,000 hours. Generally, I've found that around 10,000 hours is pretty typical for a good quality compact fluorescent or a metal halide, at least for fixtures like this. And then there we go, it says 25 by 50 again, mounted at 10 feet up. So of course if you mount it higher, it'll cover a wider area. I don't know, maybe is that what the other diagram is saying? Light coverage is 45 with the mounting height at 10 feet. Recommended mounting height 8 to 12 feet. Light coverage varies by mounting height and application. So that's 45 by 75 at 10 feet. And it's also at 25 by 50 feet at 10 feet. But that's... What? I don't understand. Why is it different? Well, whatever. Savings based operating 10 hours a day, 365 days a year, which is a pretty reasonable estimate. You know, a lot of the junky fixtures you get, like the stupid LED fixtures today, they base that number off of 3 hours a day, which is not really realistic, at least not in this part of the world. So it's good that it has a reasonable measurement on there. And there's the kilowatts per hour, which is what you would need to determine the dollars that you save, and that's now saying 92 system watts. But what? Unless that's a function of the the efficiency lost as you go through the ballast. That could be, the bulb could be 50 watts, but the power draw could be 92. I don't know. We're going to check all that in just a moment here when we get it powered up. Okay, so let's take this thing out of the box and see what we have here. Oh, that's the one thing I wanted to underscore that I didn't underscore. It's 4,000 Kelvin. So this is kind of a good application if you need to do a task. Like, I could see installing, well, not this particular model because it's daylight sensor, but I could see putting metal halide fixtures here in the studio over the work table or out in the garage, somewhere that you're going to be working on tasks and you want a nice, clean, crisp light. Metal halide will absolutely deliver that. Okay, so let's open this up here. It's got some weight to it. I hope it's made out of metal. Okay, they got a website, they got a face plug, and they got a Twits. CA130822. I don't know what that is for. Okay, here is the instruction manual. They couldn't even staple it together? Oh, it's one of these trifle things. Okay. So there's the assembly diagram. Looks fairly easy. So the photocell has a 1 to 4 minute delay on it. So when I connect it to the power, it may not come on immediately because of the time delay. So it'll come with 3 wire nuts, which you would need to make the connections, and then 2 screws to screw it to the box. So it comes with everything you need to install it. The box itself is pretty heavy. Okay, here is the fixture itself. Everything is the plastic, unfortunately. The shade is the plastic, which is my main concern because the shade will eventually yellow in due time. Unless they made it out of some kind of plastic that is sunlight resistant for extended periods of time. There is the photocell. And we have to undo the 2 screws first. Okay, so this is all kind of one piece there. It's, you know, it's plastic, and if something hits it, it'll probably break. But why should anything hit a light? Okay, so inside here we have the gasket for the electrical box mount. We have the bulb. Fixture itself has a nice ceramic socket. Unfortunately, it was made in China though. One of the things I don't like about this style of fixture, and it's not specific to this particular model, a lot of them are like this. The ballast is on top, so you have the fixture like this, and all the heat from the bulb just goes right up onto the ballast, which I think is dumb, but that's just how a lot of them are. You would have to remove the reflector, and then you'd have to punch out the thing for the wires to go through if you were to put it to a box. I'm not going to set this up today, we're just going to test it. So for now, I'm just going to wire it to a plug and plug it in. And so looking at the cord here, the non-textured side is the high side. So we'll connect this to the black. And we'll connect the low side to the white. Good enough for a testing. And here's the bulb, which is not the broken, it's in good condition. That's what the filament look like. $50-watt metal halide or caster, made in China. Oh, great. Some of these bulbs you're not supposed to touch because the oils on the skin can degrade the glass or something. So I'll just screw it in like this. I'm not sure if metal halide is on that list of bulb types or not. Okay, so the fixture or the bulb is in the fixture. I should have passed this through the, oh, there's no, that's not punched out yet anyways. We'll just go like this. It's only for a test. I'll slip this over. I'm not going to screw it back in. This is just for a test. Maybe I'll just put a couple of threads so it doesn't fall apart. Okay. Alright, so there's the fixture. Go ahead and plug it in. I'll turn this on. Ah, geez, it's already on. I'm going to have to out on the lights then. I want to be able to show the startup. Well, now I can't see to plug it in. Never a dull moment. It's got kind of a mercury vapor color to it as the mercury starts to vaporize. Oh, actually, I gotta keep the lights off. Alright, so right now it's drawing 50 watts on the nose. And it's going up a little bit now. As the brightness increases, it's going up quickly. Now it's starting to have less of a bluish green color and just be more of a pure white color. Right now up to 72 watts, seems to be kind of stabilizing. It's super bright. For only 72 watts, which is approximately the halogen equivalent of a 100-watt light bulb, incandescent. This is a lot of light. And if you look across the room here, it's bright. And the throw is far. This room is about 12 feet across, and everything is perfectly illuminated all the way across the room. And unlike LED, I find the quality of light here is very clean and crisp. You know, it's just a nice quality light. And the illumination is fantastic. It's a super bright bulb. I could see this easily going 25 feet or even more. This has a really good throw on it. Very nice. Very good performance. Okay, I'm going to turn the lights on in here. Well, actually it turned itself off because it's too bright in here anyway, so I'll turn the lights back on so it doesn't try to restrike. Okay, well that seems to work, so we know the photocell works because it turned itself off. If this was not in a room, it wouldn't do that, because in here the light's reflecting off the walls and everything at the back of the fixture. If it was outside, that would not be happening. So, not bad. It looks like the photocell itself, just to operate that circuitry, draws 0.3 watts, which is not a lot of power, but over time that is notable, because oh, is it the, no, it is 3. Yeah. So it does constantly draw 3 watts, which is not a lot, but it's notable, because if it was just switched off with a regular switch, it would draw 0. But anyway, so that's that. Works pretty good. Very bright. Excellent quality of light. Seems like a decent fixture.